Welcome back, my little recusants, to another episode of our Kingdom Hearts 100% guide. Kingdom Hearts Final Bits. I'm still really stuck on what to call this because it's part of the 1.5 collection. It's part of the 1.5 Steam collection. Blah, I'm rambling. Anyway, we can now, from certain save points or from certain doors, go to the Gummy Ship menu and we get a little tutorial. They're like, we fly, we shoot things, we collect items, we get high scores, we do missions to get certain rewards. And we're going to have to at least do one mission. There's 3 different missions. You have to do mission 1 to unlock mission 2. All that jazz. But I'm basically going to speed it up a bit, guys, because realistically this is just on rails. You shoot things. You can watch me do it. It's fine. But as I say, collect the little blue spheres because there's one particular trophy that we need to collect 30 different ships. And basically you get ship models from little spheres down the bottom right. It gives you all the different collectibles you got. So you're looking at the very bottom one, those little spheres. We have 2 of them now. Basically, that's what we're looking to have. We're looking to have, not in one go, but we're looking to have collected 20 over the course of the game, basically. And you can shoot the little blue meteors. They give you healing crystals or, energy for your lasers. You don't have any lasers yet, but it's useful. And then basically once you make it all the way there, we've gotten to our world, we've got our high score mapped out, and we're landing. And this new world is Wonderland, so absolutely amazing cartoon from my childhood, and it's so nostalgic seeing Sora and the gang tumbling down the rabbit hole just like Alice did, and obviously now meeting the White Rabbit.
Oh my furry whiskies! I'm late! Oh dear! I'm here! I should be there! Oh, I'm late! Oh, the Queen! She clapped my head for sure!
But having landed safely, we can follow the White Rabbit into a place called the Bazaar Room, which I have to say, for style design and area design, it is super fascinating and a really good showing from the designers. Oh, sorry, I'll stop for a sec.
How did he get so small?
No, you're simply too big.
That tracks!
Must you be so loud? You woke me up. Good morning. Good night. I need a bit more sleep.
Wait, what do we have to do to grow small?
Why don't you try the bottle? Over there.
But sorry, so this room has so many different mechanics. It's there's things to look at when you're big, there's things to explore when you're small. This room has so many different variations of the map because you end up entering the room on different walls or on the roof, and it just, all the different sides of the room, you can have different things to change how every other side of the room looks, and it's just a really interesting puzzle. And we have another variant of Heartless. We now have these little fireball toting Heartless that you can knock back their fireballs if you're well timed enough, but they're just a little bit overwhelming at the moment. But this is where you can get certain accessories to reduce fire damage, reduce ice damage, things like that. And it's purely because the Heartless are getting little bonuses to different types of damage and stuff. Now, when I was really low on health there, I basically drank the potion to become big and ran back to the rabbit hole to heal, just to conserve on potions. But now we end up in the Queen of Hearts court with Alice on trial.
is now in session.
I'm on trial? But why?
Her Majesty, the Queen of Hearts, presiding.
This girl is the culprit. There's no doubt about it. And the reason is? Because I say so, that's why.
That is so unfair.
Well, have you anything to say in your defense?
Of course. I've done absolutely nothing wrong. You may be queen, but I'm afraid that doesn't give you the right to be so mean.
Silence! You dare defy me?
Hey guys, we should help her out.
Blah, blah, blah.
We're outsiders, so wouldn't that be muddling?
Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah. And that's against the rules.
The court finds the defendant guilty as charged for the crimes of assault and attempted theft of my heart. Off with her head!
No! Oh, please!
Hold it right there!
Who are you? How dare you interfere with my court?
Excuse me, but we know who the real culprit is.
Uh-huh. It's the Heartless.
Anyway, she's not the one you're looking for.
That's nonsense. Have you any proof?
So basically we've gone and butted in. So our whole idea of not meddling lasted all of 10 seconds with Sora. But we can actually have a lot of little chats with Alice. And we get to like introduce ourselves. And she's just so polite. She's like, this is so ridiculous. I can't believe like all this craziness is happening. And she doesn't even know why she's on trial. It was just like, you get over here. You tried to like steal our heart. Which, given that even, like, the Queen of Hearts is, like, a villain, or I suppose, is she a villain? She's a villain to Alice, I suppose, but, like, yeah, it's like you would think she wouldn't have a heart, and the Heartless wouldn't be interested in going against her, but there you go. But an interesting little tidbit is that they've even said that Alice seems to have travelled from a different world without using a gummy ship. So, curiouser and curiouser, and now, like, the cards even like, don't be talking to the witness. And yeah, it then turns out that the Cheshire Cat told Alice to go to the Queen and that she'll help her get home. And then she put her on trial and now she's not listening to anything that she has to say. So all of that little lore. And then like, yeah, that's really funny. There's just the craziness of Wonderland, I suppose. But all of that lore would have been completely missing if you just didn't go talk to Alice and like Sora would just be like, I'm risking my neck for you so you can keep your neck on your body. But, and then like the card fakes you out being like, I've seen suspicious people, you. It's so random. But yeah, it's kind of like, just, obviously if you're doing a speed run, just ignore all of that, but it just is really nice that like you can speak to different characters, and like that Sora like gets to chat to Alice and we get more lore questions like traveling between worlds, how does it work, how does it happen, and like what are the rules, what are the normal rules, and are there exceptions to the rule? And it seems like Alice is an exception because according to Donald and Goofy, they're like, how did she travel between worlds if she doesn't have a gummy ship to move between them? So that'll be a mystery to be wrapped up later. But right now, the mystery we're trying to solve is who tried to, well, we know who tried to take the Queen's heart. It was the Heartless. But we have to just gather evidence to prove that Alice didn't do it. And basically, there are flowers here that you're able to interact with and give items, and they'll give you better items in return. But obviously, don't get too bogged down in that. Don't forget to hop in and give Donald and Goofy all their abilities too. Jackpot is particularly useful passive ability. It basically lets prizes So whenever you defeat a Heartless, their prizes get exponentially increased based on the number of jackpots you have. But around this corner we have two new things. We have another blue trinity and we have a little pink box, and those pink boxes is the evidence. And at least with fire now we don't have to run after things we swat away. We can just kind of swat them away, blast them with a fireball. And another lucid shard, so we love it when those little red boxes appear. But what I will say, the port for the PC, I'm not sure if I need to update stuff or what necessarily is wrong, but I've had a few crashes, so like the in-game timer might only say however long, but over the course of the gameplay for this series, and particularly like the 24-hour challenge, there's been swats of the game that like, not majorly replayed, but like enough that let's say I'd be finishing a boss, I'd be watching the post-boss cutscene, it would crash and I'd have to redo it again, or moving between rooms randomly, like synth grinding for items and things, and then I get a good few items, I run back to save and it crashes again. So just something to be aware of. Save often, because at least for me it can crash really randomly, so just a little forewarning for that. But as you can see, there's a little boulder underneath the lily pads there, so we can't go deeper into the forest, but what we can do is get over to this lily pad and we rescue our first set of Dalmatians, 16, 17 and 18. And there's a couple of other little things here, so it's like, give me an ether, so we can do that, or sorry, ether. Give me an ether and we can get a bunch of HP orbs and stuff. And this particular one is really important, so you're going to want to keep a few potions on hand. In hindsight, maybe buy some at the item shop in Traverse Town. But basically, you're going to want to jump on that to make the lily pad jump up there. And at that point, we've now unlocked the other two bits of evidence that we can go collect. Because, unrealistically, I should have basically went through that back, because the doorway in the tree, should have went through that first, then circled back, done the growing big. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. But one thing to say as well, sorry, when you end up in the bazaar room, go big and run back to the rabbit hole. You can end up fighting enemies here, and this is a missable chest. So you can fight at the rabbit hole after speaking with Alice. You can then fight after putting forward your evidence, and then you can fight again after completing the world, and you get 3 different chests. But as I say, circle back after that and you can run back to this backside in the back area of the forest. And you're gonna want to basically hop over to here. And basically when we jumped on the little log area and pushed up this lily pad, it brings us to this little faucet. You're going to have to just knock Donald off there because you need a really long jump. Swing your keyblade, gives you a little bit of extra distance. But we then get this one. Now technically you could just find this one and this could be your only piece of evidence. Once you find that, you get the blizzard spell. But anyway, I found all 4 to give myself the best chance of showing it was the Heartless. But as luck would have it, I did terribly. And basically, what ended up happening was I ended up choosing the one box that ends up showing that like, oh, actually, we're the traitors. And it kind of goes back to like what the Cheshire Cat says. The Cheshire Cat's like, oh, yes, Alice didn't do anything in regards to the theft of her heart and, you know, all that jazz. But you guys are definitely meddling, and that's not the vibe. So maybe this is like the world trying to like punish us for like meddling in its affairs, you know? And as I say, what's tricky is that you're going to want to try and avoid these guys. But 2 blasts of blizzard is, and if I just fucking, oh my goodness. So yeah, eventually now that I got rid of those, you just have to, and you can't lock onto the cages, but just jump around where the cages are and start attacking, and you can break Donald and Goofy free. And we're now trying to lock on and just pressing triangle to make them start attacking the tower here. And basically every little bit that you defeat drops more prize orbs. And now when all the cards are clumped together, you can basically collect the magic orbs to replenish your MP. When they're all together, Blizzard pierces. So now that I have like, oh, all these are down, you can actually attack the Queen of Hearts, knocking her upset, knocking her over. And then none of the red cards will attack while the Queen is stunned. So you're actually like free to just attack the tower. But now, as well as that, that's why we're happy to have Treasure Magnet on. When the tower starts to crumble badly, you're able to collect all those prize orbs. But now with it down, we look over, and Alice is gone. So I guess we're not on trial anymore. Or at the very least, the Queen of Hearts is so singularly minded that she's literally like, your new punishment is to find Alice, because I'm not having this person escape justice. But, hi Cheshire Cat. But what I didn't realize until like too long basically, is that this rock doesn't come out of nowhere. That is the same rock that was blocking the doorway deeper into the forest. And guys, we have another new Heartless variant. This is the large body. So the large body basically can't be hit from the front. He's immune to all physical attacks from the front. He has to be hit from the back or the side. And when you get his health low enough, he'll get really angry and do these charge attacks. You're going to really want to try and avoid his charge attacks. You can attack him while he's charging at you, and it'll like give you a tech point for deflecting. So a bit like, you know, when Tidus was running towards you on Destiny Island, it's just like, oh, you see him coming towards you, attack when he's about to attack. Job done. But here we go again. We're like, okay, let's start taking out some of these bits and bobs. And I don't know why I don't do it here. I don't know why I don't do it here. But do better than what I did. Push the rock in. The rock by the water, you can push in. Push the rock in. But also you need to knock down the fruit and then attack the tree to unlock a very special area of Wonderland early. But obviously, you can see now that Blizzard is basically does less damage, but does AoE. And with our MP being 3, it is still plenty of damage to be doing. And against the little red guys, you get 2 tech points for hurting their magical weakness. So as you can imagine, there are blue guys that shoot blizzards. So if you hit them with fire, you'll do extra tech points of